That takes me into my very next thing. Saquon Barkley. If Saquon Barkley is not in your MVP conversation, you might want to stop talking. Yes, Lamar Jackson. Absolutely. Yes, Josh Allen. Absolutely. I thought Jared Goff fell off when he had that 5-interception game against the Texans. They still won, but he had 5. You lost me with that one. Huh? He's 4th right now. Yeah, you were in the race. You were like 2. You were 2. By the way, shout out to the fighting Man Campbells. Shout out to the Detroit Lions. Consecutive 10-win seasons for the first time in franchise history. The blueprint of how to build a team is being done in Detroit. So for all the front office people and all the people hiring coaches and GMs, go watch the blueprint that is done in Detroit. Allow your team to get a culture being built. Get out of the damn way if you're an owner. Get the right GM who's going to get the right coach and that's going to build the proper culture. And don't fire them after 1 or 2 years. Allow them to establish the culture, build the culture, get guys in here. Give them a little bit of time. The reward for that may be what you're seeing right now in Detroit. But back to Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley, if he's not in your MVP conversation, then you probably should stop talking. And he did it again. Sunday Night Football, the only game on football. Philadelphia versus the LA Rams, and Saquon Barkley went off. 255 yards rushing, career 5 for him, career high in the franchise. Philadelphia, he took out Shady. Shady McCoy had that record before. Over 300 yards total offense, scrimmage offense, and he is on pace. He is on pace right now to break the all-time NFL single-season rushing by Eric Dickerson. I know what you guys are going to say. Now, here's my argument. You ready, Tay? Because I know you were going to say that. Here's my argument. Okay? When Eric Dickerson broke the record, who did he break the record of? Nope. O.J. Simpson, who did it in 14 games. But we never put an asterisk on Eric Dickerson's. They never put an asterisk on that. O.J. did it in 14. O.J. had the record in 14 games. See, we can't pick and choose what we want to do, how we want to do this thing. O.J. did it in 14 games. And so Eric Dickerson, when he broke the single season rushing record, he did it in 16 games. So we can't be picking and choosing when we want to put this thing on the asterisk on there. So let's just.
I think it's because 16 became.
I don't care what it became. I don't care if 16 became the norm. If OJ did it in 14, and Eric did it in 16, how we don't put no asterisk on that? And now that just becomes the norm. That's fair, right? Fair is fair. Saquon right now was on pace to beat the all-time single-season rushing record 40 years ago. 1984 is when Eric Dickerson broke it. 2,104 yards is the total, right? Saquon right now is on pace for 2,151 yards. Saquon is the 12th player in NFL history to have 300-plus yards from scrimmage. Like, I think sometimes we say things and then we just gloss over it. He is one of 12 players in the history of the NFL. The history. This thing dates back to, I don't know, World War I, right? Like 100 years of football. 100-plus years of NFL football. 12. He's one of 12 human beings that have played this game that has gotten over 300-plus yards from scrimmage. That's insane to me. Like, that is insane to me. If he is not in your conversation as MVP, and I know it's always going to the quarterback, but the Philadelphia Eagles are legitimately a Super Bowl contender, at least a deep playoff contender, because of Saquon Barkley. He's changed the dynamics of that football team. which also brings me to the thing was, what the hell, Kellen Moore, were you trying to prove when you came to Dallas? What the hell were you trying to show Jerry? Were you trying to audition to Jerry that your passing game works and all that kind of stuff? Because for the Cowboys to be the worst rushing defense in the league and Saquon only had 66 yards rushing because you only gave him the ball like 11 times is beyond me. I don't know what the hell you were trying to prove. I mean, you guys narrowly got the victory, but Saquon's averaging he's like averaging 185 yards a game or 160 something yards a game. And you thought passing the ball was going to be the thing to do in that. But anyway, just neither here nor there, Kellen Moore. But Saquon, man, it's impressive. It's impressive to watch him. Only that took him out the game last night. He got punched in the nuts. He got hit in the wee-wee. That'll take any man down. That'll take any man down. You punch me in the wee-wee, I'm tapping my helmet. Hey, come get me. I'm tapping my helmet. But Saquon has put together, and good for him. Good for Saquon for having a chance. And he's playing behind maybe the one or two best offensive line in the league. Detroit is one, Eagles is two, or Detroit is two, and the Eagles are one. They're 1A, 1B, however you want to have it. Two of the best offensive line, and you see what that's happening, right? You see how those three running backs really, Jahmyr Gibbs, Montgomery, and Saquon, how they're running behind those lines. But that's carrying those teams. And when you get into December football, you need a Saquon. You need a Saquon. You need to control the clock. You need to run the ball. You need to be balanced. And Saquon is having an MVP type year. And if they decide to get voters fatigue for Lamar Jackson, because if we're being honest, voter fatigue happens. Ask Joker. Ask Nikola Jokic. Did they get voter fatigue? Lamar Jackson, statistically, is having a better year this year than he had last year when he won the MVP. So I'm just saying, and I know how things change and whatever. But Saquon Barkley needs to be in that conversation. Of course, with Josh Allen, what he's doing up in Buffalo right now. It's a regular season award. I'm not talking about what they do in the playoffs. It's a regular season award. But all three of these players have their teams poised to be a deep playoff run / Super Bowl contending team. But Saquon is a man of the hour. He went off last night in every which way but wrong. And so shout out to Saquon Barkley and his MVP race.